What's happening, people? This is What You Need live chat session. I know there's a lot of boxing that's been going on. I think Sean Porter's supposed to face Danny Garcia, blah, 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 blah. Big mega fight, Canelo versus Golovkin's right over the horizon. And we had a ton of fights before that. We had uh, Mikey Garcia making his mark once again, uh, unifying, I believe it was the lightweight division, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that went on, a lot of fights. I think Tyson Fury is supposed to face Deontay Wilder and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of fights going on. I've been kind of following boxing on the side. Been mostly talking about movies in my channel, Christ I Am Disciple, and using, talking about God through that. But I just wanted to just take this little moment, tell you guys I'm still around. Yes, I've been following certain things in boxing. There was something I wanted to talk to you guys about that has to do with a particular character. And this is going to be a very short stream, but yeah, you guys look out for some streams from me, probably either over the weekend or probably the following weekend. You might be seeing me streaming some stuff, so watch out for the streams. This is live, though, in the middle of the day. Most of my streams will be on the weekend and fairly live. Now, for those of you who want to donate to my channel, you can donate via Western Union or MoneyGram. Just simply just ask me in the comment section. I'll provide the information. I can also provide it on Facebook if you guys have your stuff on Facebook, or I can provide it also on Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well. All right. So if you want those links, if you want to also join me in a hangout here, let me know. I can just supply the link to you guys, and we can always talk in the hangouts. I know a lot of you guys still following boxing. I know some of you are very passionate about boxing and stuff like that. For me, it's cool. I still, the fundamentals of boxing, like I said, I keep on trying to explain to people, it's not about punching power. It's not about, you can have all the punching power in the world. If you don't land that power, it doesn't matter, okay? If you don't set up the shots to get the knockout, it doesn't matter, okay? You can't just go at the highest level of boxing and get a knockout, right? Those people who are talking about Gennady Golovkin's going to beat Canelo Alvarez, you guys got a rude awakening, okay? Just letting you guys know in advance. I told you guys this. Now, Rigondeaux lost to, I think I talked about this already. What's that guy's name? I forgot his name. You guys know what I'm talking about, the little guy. All right, Rigondeaux lost to him. I think Rigondeaux quit, something like that. I think they're talking about Danny Garcia facing Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao recently having beaten Lucas Matisse. So I know all the things that are going on in the news and stuff in boxing. I've been following it. If you guys have questions and stuff, you can also send it to me. If you guys have anything, I see a lot of people still subscribing to my channel, even though I've long since left that channel. I haven't had much activity on this channel in a long time, but you guys still been subscribing. That's really cool. Keep it up. I still want to do the history of boxing. That's going to be an hour-long video, divided up into probably 3 parts, so probably 3 hours in all. When I'm done with that, that should be really cool, because I want to show you guys how boxing has changed over the several decades that it's been. And, since the centuries, it's been in observance. I think it's 200 plus years. It's been around in its modern form. And I want to show you how boxers have kind of developed the science as it moved along, and the things they added to it. Because there's a lot that's been added to boxing since the beginning. And yes, some things have been discarded, some old methods, some old techniques, some really elaborate things which make boxing beautiful, like chess. And it's much more athletic now. But at the end of the day, I want to show you guys how it evolved. It's kind of like when I was talking about movies and films and different people's nostalgia for certain things. And the word nostalgia, that's a word that's going to bite a lot of people in the ass, because it tells me your preference for things. You want to see action. You want to see, stuff like the good old back in time days, when you don't want to see so much chess matches, yet you wanted to see the chess matches back in the days because you thought people would get knocked out, right? So I get where people are coming from. But at the end of the day, again, I'll tell you this again, boxing's a science first, and then secondarily, it is about fighting. And again, people who think that a boxer in the ring who is boxing as a professional boxer in the ring, they don't know how to street fight, what I would suggest to you is sign a disclaimer and then get into a street fight with a boxer. You're going to realize very quickly, one, boxers are trained to hit. That's all they do. They punch all day long. You get hit with by a professional boxer, don't ever tell them to do bare knuckle brawls, because that you're gonna get yourself badly damaged. You're gonna break up your jaw and stuff. You want to always glove up, okay? But at the end of the day, you're gonna learn that a professional boxer knows so much stuff that if you tried to go and fight a professional boxer. I don't care. No boxing rules. No rules, in fact. Just go in and throw hands, right? You're going to get so badly damaged from them because you don't do that every day. Okay? You don't make a business of throwing hands every single day. You don't do that. So a professional boxer will more than likely beat your ass in a street fight because they know how to get away from punches. They know how to do those things. Unless you're using your feet. And then if you're using your feet, if they're smart enough, they could still beat you in a street fight because you still don't have that experience unless you are also a professional fighter. Unless you're a professional fighter, I don't really see you beating any boxer in a street fight. Okay? You may know street fighting techniques. You may even know martial arts. That don't mean you're going to beat a boxer in a street fight just like that. It don't work like that because most of those boxers come from street fighting. They come from a street fighting background. You know, people criticize Floyd Mayweather. You know, Floyd Mayweather, I got video of Floyd Mayweather at 8 years old throwing hands in the street. That's what they did in Michigan. They started fighting from young. Street fighting, I'm talking about. Okay? And he could have gone the way of drugs and he could have got himself in trouble with the streets, but instead, you know, his life got straightened out before that happened. So, I mean, you don't grow up in a rough and tough neighborhood and not have street smarts in you and then not be able to street fight. That doesn't make no sense. So when I heard people saying, you know, Floyd in a street fight, whoop Floyd. No, you won't. You won't whoop Floyd's ass. But Floyd's smart enough because he got street sense to understand how to keep those situations from happening around him. All right. So he know how to brutalize somebody, break their jaw. All right. Because trust me, a professional boxer punches you, wherever he punches you is going to be damaged. He's going to crack something. I don't care if I don't even care if they're considered feather fisted. I don't care if Paulie Malignaggi hits you bare fisted. He gonna damage you. Okay? Because they're professional boxers. That's what they do every single freaking day is punch. That's all they do every day. That's how their lives work. If somebody be punching every single day, their hands get callous, their hands get hard. That's all they do. They punch every single day. Do you understand that? So you know, yes, boxing has rules and stuff, but that don't mean nothing. If these guys catch you with a punch, you're going down. And I'm seeing guys who don't got much of a punch, but it's just the way how they place their punches and the time their punches knock big, powerful, 6'2", 250 something pound in tip-top condition guys the hell out. Like the guys, and they gone fast asleep. Why? Because in boxing, it's not so much about how hard you can punch. The important thing is you can accelerate the person's head so that their brain slams into their skull, causing them to get concussed. That's all it is to boxing. Knocking somebody out has to do with that. When that trauma happens, it triggers them to go to sleep. So you could have all the muscles. You could be the most muscular guy in the world. If you did not train to take punches like that, you go into sleep because it's the punch you don't see that puts you to sleep. All right. I just recently there, I got hit by my brother, smack in the face. Took it. Right. My brother's big. He's like 200 and he's 6 feet tall, 200 something pounds. I took the punch and I laughed. Now, let him have placed that punch the right place on my chin. I wouldn't be standing around laughing. I'd be asleep. So again, punching and boxing, these things have to do with a lot more stuff than just how strong you are, how much of a power puncher you are. It's about placing your punches. It's about finding where you have to place your punches. It's about understand how to catch a guy off guard. You know, there's a lot of things in boxing, and that's why a boxer knows a lot of stuff. So if a guy straight out try to brawl with a boxer, he gonna get knocked. He gonna get knocked the spark out. He probably gonna get knocked out. And the boxer don't even have to have a great knockout record as a professional. That's why boxers have what we call weapons. Okay, you cannot punch nobody if you was a boxer. Okay, just like if you're doing martial arts and you're a martial artist, you can't just go and just, you know, you can get in trouble with the law for that because lethal weapons, they actually have to license their hands as professional boxers. You can't be going around using your hands as a professional boxer. So what happened to Mike Tyson? He got sued for millions for hitting a media person, a camera guy, and smashing his camera. You don't do that shit. You know, as a professional, you don't get yourself involved in that kind of stuff, in street fights like that. All right? Because I'm telling you right now, a street fight, a professional boxer's facing up with just a guy who's street fighting, and he's been in the streets. I got the professional boxer. I ain't got that guy. I'm telling you now. because the professional boxers, as far as I know, that's all they do every single day. That's all they do. That's all they do. They take punches. They learn how to navigate past punches, and they train to hit people. That's all a professional boxer does. So when people tell me, well, street smart guys, they're the dudes. You guys can chat in the chat section if you want. A street fighter would beat a boxer. I'm like, no, not a professional boxer. Maybe an amateur, maybe not a professional boxer. That's what they do. That's why they have to license their hands. Can't just use your hand on people, because you kill them. You got unprotected hands, and you punch another guy. You know how to place it. You know how to knock this guy out. Shit, you kill a guy if you punch him. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that to people, because these people make a living punching things. Okay, this is different. Okay, boxing is a very brutal sport. You go up in the gym. All right, okay, you from the streets. You go inside a gym, right? You think you got all this street cred, and you go inside the ring, and you facing a professional buster. Forget all the rules and everything. Whose ass you think is going to get beat up? The street guy or the professional boxer in that ring? I guarantee the professional boxer will beat him more than likely than not. Why? Because that's all a professional freaking boxer do. Street fighters, they fight people, but at a certain level. The professional boxer be fighting people at his level and above. Yes, they got rules to what they're doing, but at the end of the day, when those guys are going at it in the ring, there's no rules. You know what I'm saying? There's rules, but there ain't no rules at the same time. They fight till they tired and they still fighting. You know what I'm saying? They call it the doghouse. They call it, but And so all I'm saying is that, people think that, street fighters, somehow they better fighters than boxers. No, they're not. They're not. It's just a whole other level of boxing. Yes, there's some rules there, but even if you throw those rules aside and you had them fighting, professional boxer still has the edge every single time because of this. Because he not just fighting, he got the memory and thing to know with this situation, what I do. That situation is what I do. You see what I'm saying? Just what it is. All right. Okay, so I hope you guys, and they train to take punches and all kinds of stuff, right? So trust me, man. Yeah, well, I see there's some more people coming through in my live chat. That's kind of fun. What you need is back, guys. What you need is back. Well, I never went away. I didn't feel like talking about that at the point in time boxing. But since Alvarez is going to be facing Golovkin, you're going to see me pop up a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. And, Wilder's going to be facing Fury. We got some good matchups in the middleweight division, though. We have Jacobs, who's going to be facing Billy Joe Saunders. Not Jacobs, sorry, but I'm saying Demetrius Andre faces Billy Joe Saunders. That's going to be a good fight. We got Jacobs facing that Russian dude. Recently there, J. Leon Love faced Peter Quillin, right? Peter Quillin won. So I mean, it's what it is. It's what it is in boxing. I've been watching boxing. I just didn't feel like commenting on boxing for the last couple of days and stuff because, nothing really jugs my bones to say, well, we need to speak about something. You know what I mean? But I already did the Floyd Mayweather TBE series. You guys can always check that out. That's there for legacy. You know what I'm saying? What else can I say? What else can I say? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat section. If anybody's talking in the chat section, let me see what you guys are saying before I go to work. I do what I do. If you want to say hello, shout out. Let me hear what you guys got to say. I know we got some boxing junkies out there. So see what's up. Ooh, we got some people up in here. All right, cool. So IBMOR76, shout out to you, IBM. Hello, yes sir. Vate Ozaki, shout out to you, Vate Ozaki. Says IBMOR76 says you think Floyd would still hold his own with 50 Cent. You talking about? They just be throwing jabs at one another these days. That's what's up. 50 can box a little bit, but what are you talking about? In a professional fight, Floyd versus 50 Cent? Oh shit! Come on now. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. Floyd versus 50 Cent don't make no sense, man. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm coming right back to you guys. Let's see what's happening. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Okay, you have the keys? Ali? Outside. No. Go on now. Yeah, folks, sorry about that. I just had to step out for a minute. Family is always very important. No, man, come on. 50 Cent is not a professional boxer, okay? And, you know, he gonna have to grapple Floyd. He gonna have to grab him. He gonna have to grab him. But in a straight up battle, you know, Floyd, you talking boxing, right? In a straight up battle, Floyd will knock 50 Cent out, man. He's not a boxer. He's not a professional boxer. He used to box in amateurs and stuff, but he's not a professional boxer. Pate Uzaki says, lose yourself in the fog of doubt and reverie, and you'll never reach the confidence. It will forever remain but a dream. Interesting. I like that. I like that. So you're saying it's all about mindset. It's all about confidence. Yeah, but confidence will only get you so far. I mean, you still have to train. You still have to have certain skills and abilities. And it's cool to say mind over matter, but you remember you also have to, while you must have the mindset, no doubt about it, you must have the confidence. You must be confident in your skills. You must be confident in your abilities. You must know what you are capable of doing. And that's why you're confident, not have false confidence. You know what I mean? IBM MOR 76 says yes. All right, cool, man. T. Lee Jones says, hey, don't be talking about Curtis. He survived shots to the chest already. That don't mean nothing. He can still get his ass whooped. What do I have to do with anything? Floyd didn't get shot to the chest. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand what I'm saying. He got shot to the chest. He shouldn't have gotten shot to the chest to start with. You know? You understand what I'm saying? You see? And Floyd does defense. You understand? Where's his defense? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. IBMOR 76, a street fight, bro. I thought you were talking about the pro street fighting. If Floyd fights Curtis Stevens in a street fight, he will whoop his ass. Okay? And I don't know about now. Yeah, even now, because of just the ability. And even Curtis Stevens said, Curtis said it as well. He said, in a straight up knuckle up, Floyd got me. He said, I'm going to have to grab him and hold him down. If I can get him in a lock, I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way he going to beat Floyd. But he knows. I mean, this is a professional boxer. Do you guys even understand what professional boxer means? Do you guys know what do you know what professional boxing is? It's not shit, man. Curtis Stevens don't be boxing every single day of his life. He didn't do that in his DNA. He wasn't like 2 years old punching a doorknob. Floyd's father got him punching doorknobs at 2. Do you understand? The kid couldn't even walk and he's punching the doorknob. Do you understand what I'm saying? The dude knows how to fight. Floyd knows how to fight. This is not even up for debate. This is not up for debate. You have a professional freaking boxer and you have a street fighter. Okay, street fighters fight whenever they can get a scrap in the street. They don't necessarily train. They may have a background in martial arts or something, but that's about it. You talking about somebody who be training every freaking day to take punches and give punches and dodge punches, slip punches, move punches, pivot punches, you know, everything. Okay, in a restricted space. And you're going to tell me a street fighter stands a chance again? Look how many street fighters face professional boxers. We've seen it in videos. We've seen it on the street. We see Errol Spence hit a guy, 300 pounds of muscle, hit that guy and the guy went down. A footballer. Do you understand what I'm saying? And Errol Spence be walking around 154, 155. You got a guy much bigger than you. And you hitting the guy and the guy's going down? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is professional boxing. And by the way, a professional boxing, Errol Spence pretty much broke the law, because if you think about it, his hands are lethal weapons. You're not supposed to be using those hands, and they're supposed to be using a ring and as gloves. That is worse than using knives against somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand the difference, man. Y'all don't understand. At a professional level, these guys are trained to take punches. So Paulie Malignaggi, for example, he has bad hands, no doubt about it. That don't mean he don't hit hard. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Y'all saw Conor McGregor face Floyd Mayweather, and y'all thought it was a big mismatch, and Floyd knocked out Conor, right? Let me ask you this. Conor's supposed to be this big knockout artist, knocking out everybody in UFC. He goes up and steps up in a professional boxing ring, in a professional boxing match. How come Floyd could take his punches? You got to understand what I'm saying. It's they levels to this shit. When you 2 years old, or 7 or 8 or 10, that's all you've been doing all your life, is punching, dodging, slipping, taking. No, you know how to take a punch, how to absorb a punch. That's all you've been doing your whole freaking life. You're not just gonna get leveled by a street fighter in the street. In a street fight? Are you crazy? That's murder. You are without gloves? Are you serious? The guy signs a waiver, and y'all start going for a street fight. You gonna watch the lightest tapping boxer out there will look like a demon against a street fighter. He gonna look like a demon. You can see him hunting down the guy, and the guy want to find a place to get a break. Because the conditioning you have to have and all this shit that you have to have in professional boxing, y'all just don't, and you under the big lights. Street fight, you ain't under no big lights. It's a street fight, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how difficult it is as a professional boxer. And then you got rules restricting you. You can't just, do anything you want. In street fight, you can do anything you want. You serious? So you can get to use your instincts in many other ways? Are you serious? Man. And the boxers don't have to move all around the ring. They don't have to be doing all this excessive moving, because they know they have that point. Let me ask you this. If Floyd Mayweather went up against Conor McGregor with the kinds of gloves, the 4-ounce gloves that they use in UFC, all right? And Floyd catches Conor McGregor on the chin or on the mouth, on the face or the head, what do you think would happen to Conor McGregor? Yeah, Floyd might damage his hands, damage his knuckles again, but he catches him just once. What do you think is going to happen to Conor McGregor's face and his jaw? He's going to break it. He's going to break Conor McGregor's jaw if he hits him. If he catches Conor McGregor, he's instantaneously going to break his jaw. Why? Because this is about the gloves buffer the punch, the speed at which that punch is coming at. Floyd throws punches very, very fast. And the accuracy at the punch is going to be at, he's going to instantaneously knock out Conor McGregor. You look at, you remember that famous fight with the two women that fought? I forgot what it, Holly Holm versus what's her name? Help me remember the name of that lady. What's her name? Shit, I forgot her name now. She was a big star, right? Holly Holmes knocked her ass out. Of course, she kicked her to knock her out, but she punched her a lot. Holly Holmes ain't known as no knockout artist. As a boxer, she wasn't no knockout artist as a boxer. So how did Holly Holmes stop? I forgot what her name is. The biggest star of the UFC. How'd she do that? Because the biggest star of the UFC, she's not a boxer. She ain't used to taking that kind of punishment. Right? She's not used to that. So you have to train yourself, train your neck muscles, train your, all this shit you got to train. Plus mentally, you got to train yourself. You got to be mental. Ronda Rousey, thank you very much. You have to train yourself to be able to do these things. This don't happen overnight, folks. Years and years of training. Are you serious? And so anyway, I just want to let you guys know it's different. Street fighting, yes, you can have other rules and stuff, and you may even know your little MMA and stuff and your little whatever, and that's cool, But if the boxer's on point, a professional boxer's on point, and y'all in a little, people carring off the area, just running everywhere, like wild animals. The person who is specialized in what they do have a better chance of winning a fight than somebody who is not specialized and they're jack of all trades and they know a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but they never really sit down and spend years doing any one of those things. Now, if you've been training for many years, right? If you've been training for many years, it's different, right? But if you haven't been training for many years in what you're doing, you know, and not just MMA, but you know, various martial arts disciplines. You got 10 years in this martial arts, you get, and you still had to be working on all of them simultaneously, because that's the way how you can beat somebody like that, because they're going to be able to take some of your punishment and they're going to be able to deal out much more than you in their specialized area. So that's the kind of thing you have to think about when you're thinking street fighting. Now, when for instance, James Toney went into the MMA to try and fight the legendary fighter that he faced, that guy was specialized in what he did. So it was different. James Toney didn't have that specialization experience in going into that MMA fight. He had specialized skills in one area. And so when he met another specialized pro in the other area, of course, he was on the pro's turf, so the pro beat him. That's how you have to look at it. But it's not, if James Toney faced an amateur guy, just a normal street fighting guy, he would mop the floor with the dude, because the dude is not specialized in any given area. You see? Anyway, guys, I got to go. Family's here. I'm going to just check them out. And I got to go off also and do some business. So I'm going to be off for a little bit. All right, guys. Have a blessed one.